Now in the Gemara Daf Nun Omid base. In the middle of the Omid, Tonu Rabbanon. The beginning of the Shura is Lekuryaite, Tonu Rabbanon. Says the Gemara. Tonu Rabbanon, Arbo Dvorim Neemru Bepas. 4 things we say about bread. Ein Manichin, we don't put on it Basar Chai ala Pas. Why? Because maybe it's going to become most, right? And then in Nochoname it's not going to be Roi La'achile, and that's covered Oichlin, as we were saying. Mimele in Nochoname, some the Rabbi Yoina says because the meat has in it blood, and if you come Basar Chai, it has blood on the pas, so it's going to come and absorb, the bread is going to absorb the blood, and then it's nimas, a different reason that it's nimas. Says the Gemara, Ve'ein ma'avirin kois Mole al hapas. You don't come and put also kois mole al hapas. Why? Because again, we're scared that maybe it's going to come and pour, and then we're mevaze the pas. Once you come and you're going to have a wine on it, you're going to be mevaze the pas. In Nochoname, and someone is mevaze the pas. What's the prat? So in Nochoname, Rashi explains in Tainis because it's mevaze with toivosoi shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mevayet with toivosoi shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave you bread, and what you're doing, you're coming and you're kicking it. Like, yeah, I'm not interested here, I could do it with different things. That's why there's an Isur to come to be mevazeh, to denigrate the food, especially the bread. Especially the bread. Ve'ein zorkin es hapas, you don't throw the bread. What? Oh, a good shaila.
Chasam Soifer used to throw.
Not the Chasam Soifer. Ksav Soifer. So that tshuva, Ksav Soifer. So nicht Ksav, Yisraelus Av. Yisraelus Av ot tshuva. He writes within the tshuva that my Rebbe, he was a Talmid of Ksav Soifer. He writes within the tshuva that my Rebbe would come, and in the Birkas HaMoitzi and Shabbos, he would come, the way he would give out the chalif for each one, he would come and throw it. And he's asking, the Gemara over here says, Ein Zorgin. One of the 4 things we say about bread, Ein Zorgin es hapas. How can he come and do it? So he comes and he brings over there, beautiful shtickle, he goes through all the korbanos, and then he goes through that the bread, we know Shulchan Doimel Mizbeach, Shnei in Chazal, where he says that the bread are like the korbanos. And then he goes in that this is like the Imurim, and this is like the Nesochim, and this is, he goes into the Mamish Pirtei Prot, he brings halacha that you have to come to make sure to eat the crumbs. Why? Because he brings that everything is the Psal Kodesh Meile, he says. The same thing like we learned, that there was a gap between the kevesh, the ramp, and the Mizbeach. Why? Because we learned over there that you have to do Zrikas Hadam, and the same thing like you have to do Zrikas Hadam, the Gemara Dash, you have to do also Zrikas HaKorbanos. And how do you do the Zrikas HaKorbanos? You have to have a small gap, and then you throw the Korbanos. The Imurim. The Imurim is the inside part, what you come and you burn al Gaba Mizbeach. So if so, the Chales can negate the Imurim, part of the Korbanos. So he says, that's why he came and he threw the Chale. That's only Shabbos is masbir, because Shabbos in Ochonam in the speaks the Magen Avraham, but that's the ways of the Ksav Soifer. So the Yisraelus Ave in this Chuvas brings it down. I don't remember exactly what Simon, but yeah, I remember that he brings it down. B'Shem is Rebbe, the Ksav Soifer, if you can throw the food or not. So the Chale.
So what does the Gemara say? Ve'ein zorkin es hapas?
Ve'ein zorkin es hapas, stam. Maybe Shabbos is different. Ve'ein soichin as hakeoro bepas. You don't come if a person had over there a keoro, and it had 3 legs, and it's missing 1 leg, so now it's going to come and pour out. So he wants to come and put over there the keoro, instead of 1 leg, he's going to put over there a loaf of bread. So you don't do it. Says the Gemara. Why? Because maybe it's going to fall, it's going to drip, and then it's going to be nimas. It's going to come, and the bread is going to get wet. Says the Gemara. Ameimar Umar Zutre v'Ravashi. Kochu Rifte Be'ad Adonai were eating together. They were eating together with their bread. Aisele Kameu, they bought in front of them tamre, dates, very moine, pomegranates. Shokal Marzutre, Posak, Lekamei, the Ravashi, Dastene. He came and he came Marzutre, and he threw, Posak means he threw towards Ravashi, Dastene. Dastene means, or Distene, it means in Ochoname, Aminishti Rishoin, that means cooked meat. That's what Rashi says, cooked meat. And the Rishon in Ochoname is a cooked meat that the Rashi brings down. So he threw in them over there a cooked meat in Ochoname. So, Omar Lei, so Ravashi tells him, Lo Yisoval Omar Leod Etani in Zorkin es Oichlin. No, how could you throw through the meat? Says the answer is what we said over there in the Bible, you're not allowed to throw food, bepastanye, but the rest of the food you're allowed to come and to throw. Tells him Ravashi v'otanye kashen she'zorkin zapas kach zorkin esoichlin. So any food you're not allowed to come and to throw. Or Malay, so Malzutra tells him v'otanye, we learned in a different Braise, aval pishe zorkin zapas aval zorkin esoichlin. So we have a stira. You do throw oichlin or not? So pas definitely not. When it comes to bread, but different food you can come and throw or not. Elo, we have to say, loy kashye, ho, the Braise, what we said, ein zorkin esoichlin is talking about bemide de mimis. That means, for example, if we have over there, as Rashi says, te'einim, figs, or we have strawberries, that if you come and throw it, what's going to happen? It becomes it's kvetscht. It got squashed, right? When you come and throw them. So these type of fruit, these type of oichlim, you cannot come and throw. But if you nochanami is throwing like things that rimoinim, it doesn't come squash, and then that's going to be nochanami, it's going to be mutter because it's not going to be a problem. Says the Gemara. Ho, but the Braise in nochanami, we said zoykin bemide deloy mimis, as we said rimoinim and egoizim, and that's why you like to come and to throw them. Says the Gemara. Tonu Rabbanon. Mamshichin means that you had a minneg to come and to do in front of the chos and the kalet to pour wine. To pour wine, it would go in different tunnels and different tzinoiros and different pipes, and that comes and shows on the shefa. Goes on the shefa and it comes in the choname. So the Gemara says, Mamshichin yain betzinoiros tivnei chos and kalet. Why? That's a siman toiv in the choname. That's what it should be. Mamshich the shefa should be mamshich over there also. As Rashi says, Mishum Simen Toiv, Ve'ika Mishum Bizoyim Ve'hefsel, Lefi Shemekam Le'oisel Beroish Pi Atzino Bekli. So Rashi says that the end of the pipes was a big bowl, and the wine, what they pour on top, was no problem. Why? Because it would come. So Hefsel is no. What about Bizoyim? Because to come and to pour wine that way is not a nice thing. So that will be saying, Nochaname, for Chosan and Kale, it's going to be okay, because it's not called a Bizoyim, because it's in Nochaname, it comes and it adds it over there, the simcha. If it brings simcha, so nochanam, it's not going to be a problem. And lamaisa, they drink it later on. Says the Gemara. So mamshichin yain betzinoyos lifnei chos ve'kale ve'zorkin lifneihem kloyos ve'egoizim, and that's the meaning in nochanam of kloyos ve'egoizim. B'yemoy sachamo. Why? Because yemoy sachamo, it doesn't get dirty, and then you can come and eat it. Avol loy b'yemoy hagshomim. Why? Because then in nochanam, what happens? It gets muddy, and then avol loy gluskois. Gluskois means bread. Why? Not only bread, it means like rolls or anything. Loy b'moy sachama ve'loy b'moy sakshomi. And the reason is because in nochaname it's going to get dirty, and when it's get dirty, it's going to be a problem. The Ramban over here, the Rishonim already speak about the levush, the Bit Yosef, and Yoredei and Kufa and Tesbing. So why is no problem nichush when you're coming and doing this thing? Mamshich yain and tzinoirus in front of the chos and kale, it's nichush. Nichush means anything what comes and you say, if I will do this, it's going to be a siman. It's a nichush. So the Ramban says this is not called nichush because this is only a siman be'alme. It doesn't mean in Ochonam as Rashi says a siman toy be'alme. It's not going to be a nichush because you don't behave by it. If this is going to happen, I will do A, and if B will happen, I will do B. So we don't follow it. It's just a siman be'alme, and that's why he says the Ramban. It's not going to be a problem. Sorry? Yeah, Rosh Hashanah. Oh, the Shaila is Rosh Hashanah. When we eat in Ochonam and the Machlin. Ziluf Yain is not something else. Yeah. Ziluf Yain is something else. Yeah. Yes, that's in Ochonam. That's the purpose of that wine. They had wine for Ziluf. That's not the reason. That's the Doichlin itself. Yeah. Sorry, Gluskos is rolls. Yeah. Any rolls or rogol or however, that means gluskos. Yes. It's going to get, yeah. So that's. Sweet's okay. It's in a wrapper. It's in a wrapper. The shaila is in the Chonam also kloes ve'egoizim. The Achoni speak about kloes ve'egoizim. You could come and throw it only when it's in the egoizim. What's not only in the shell, also when it's not in the shell. That's the shaila in the Achoni. Yes. But then you have to, what he means, that you have to make sure to pick it up later on. That people shouldn't tread on it. In Nochanam, because of Bizoy Echli. Nochanam was the Minogim, yeah. In Nochanam, that's also Minogim, yeah. Okay. Says the Gemara weiter. Wir sagen, if they go to Egoizim, yeah, in Nochanam, in Moise. The Tosis in Ochoname is Masha with a pip, because Tosis says over there, Afal, the last Tosis in the Omen, the Afal P should be Goizim Eno Echel Nimas Betoichoi. Why? Because it's Masha with a pip. מכל מוגג שאינו יודעים נימוסים, ומעכשיו שדרכו ליזרוק חיטים בבייס חסנים, צריך שלהיזור שלא יזרקים אלא במוקר נוקי. So Tosis over here is mashma that also the minute they come to throw clothes to egoism, also to come to make sure to throw it only in a clean place. That was mashma over here in the Tosis.
Why did they throw wheat? Tosis says they threw wheat. That's wheat, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because
What's the skill over?
so when you come to Gemara and Ksuf, it's Afches we're going to see. But I can just tell you now that in the Choname, the Gemara says over there, when you start Asimcha Moinoi, Mecherome Sare Asinte. You want the Gemara? Mecherome Sare Asinte. That means it's a simon. It's a simon that they should come and be pore verove. Like this, now we're starting to put like wheat. You put in the kernels and then it grows. So the same thing, it grows very fast. So the same thing also, you're coming now and you're putting the roots for the chasana, they should come and grow and blossom and in the Chonam should build a family. That's basically the simonim of Ekros Ve'egoisim. Okay. Let's start the new sugya. Omar Rav Yehuda. A person, shochach, he forgot to make a bracha. Now the food is inside his house already. Shochach ve'ichlis oichli doichpiv beloi bracha. What should he do? He has it in his mouth. You should take it out and make a bracha. Should make a bracha when he's in the mouth. What does he do? So the Gemara. Misal kol letzad echod. He comes and he puts it in one side of the mouth and umevorich. He makes a bracha. Umevorich. Misal kol letzad echod umevorich. Now there is three different lashonos of the brayse. The Gemara brings three different lashonos of the brayse. Tanya chode boilon. That means he swallows it without the bracha. V'tanya yidoch poilton. He spits it out. He makes a bracha and eats it again. V'tanya yidoch mesalkon. Like Rav Yehuda told us. No, we have to know what's the three brayses over here. Three different brayses. Each one tells us something else. And for the Gemara, loy kash. There's not a steer between the three brayses. Hodetanya boilon. What we said over there that you swallow it without the bracha. B'mashkim. Why? Because if you're gonna spit it out, no one's gonna come and drink it again, right? The mashkim. You can't make a bracha when it's inside your mouth, and therefore you come and say that what? You're gonna come and you're gonna drink it without a bracha. And it's not royal l'shtia, and that's why you don't spit it out. And why? So the Rosh brings the Sheikh Rabbi Chanan is something very interesting. He says because if you're gonna spit it out, there's no royal l'shtia skoladom. And if it's the royal ishtir, you don't have to make a bracha. You can swallow it without a bracha. If you're going to come, you can't make a bracha when it's in your mouth. So how can you come and drink without a bracha? So because if you spit it out, it's when you're not royal l'chol adam. Yeah. Okay, we'll say that, but it's something that you cannot come and have, and therefore you're going to come and say. That's like the Rosh Hashanah. Oh, this is a shaila. What is if he makes a bracha, we can speak in a minute. Yeah. Huh? Well, water. Your mouth is full of water. How could you make a bracha?
Why can't he do it in his mind?
In his mind?
Yeah, sure. We learned earlier about when you're coming up to go out Yisrael. That some people say it loud, some people don't say it. But if it's in his mind, he knows he can still answer because even it's in his mind.
He has to say it. He has to have it in mind, but he has to say it.
You have to have the words come
For sure. God is all, you have to say it. When people come and say, Bo Had Hashem, they don't keep quiet and they continue in the mind. No, they say God is all, they say it quietly. They say it quietly. They don't, finish. They don't say, yeah. No. So Rashi says, Poilton, umevorich, v'choy zavoichlom. Mashkin, boil on. She'yev shal esal kolecho milugmov, ulevorich, v'loy lefoilto. Why? She'mafsidom. And if you're mafsid, you're not going to come and make a bracha. You're not going to come and make a bracha. Yeah. Now, what in Ochoname with a bracha in Ochoname after that? So this in Ochoname, the Rishonim being over here, the Rosh already speaks about it. If you make a bracha later on, after you finish. So in the Rishonim, we have over there different mashmasim. Some say in Ochoname that in Ochoname you make a bracha after you drank it. After you drank, then you're going to come and make a bracha, like every person that forgot to make a bracha. Some say in Ochoname that when you make a bracha after, only when you forgot. You drank, you finish the drink, then you make a bracha. Over here, when you remember, as he is better drinking, and it's still inside his mouth, So then you don't say you can make a bracha afterwards. Because the Maisa, when he knew that what he's now in making a bracha, and that's why when he knew now he's drinking without a bracha, he can't come and be mashlim later on the bracha. Yeah. I go as Osri over here in the Rosh. Okay, zog the Gemara weiter. So, Hode Tanya Boile B'Mashi. V'Hode Tanya Polton is talking about Bemidi, the Loi Mamis. In Ochaname Somvin, in Ochaname doesn't become Maus. V'Hode Tanya Idoch Mesalkon, Bemidi, Memis, in Mele, in Ochaname is talking about food, so you can come and move it to one side, and by that, moving to that side, in Ochaname is not going to be Memis, and that's why you're going to come and be kosher. Says the Gemara.
Brachot, where do you say that?
Yeah. He drank, yeah. Says the Gemara. Bemidi de Loi Mamis. Nami lesalkinu letzad echod velivorech. Why did they take it out of the mouth? What's the problem? Take it out. Why did they take it out of the mouth? Move it to one side of the mouth and then make a bracha. Says the Gemara. Tir Gemara Rav Yitzchok Kas Kesoe. That he came from this town. It's called Kas Kesoe. You know, it's talking about the way Kamei de Rabbi Yosi Baravin Mishmei de Rabbi Yochanan, because it says Mishum Shenemar lekatchila you have to make a bracha imolei pi teilosecha. What's imolei pi teilosecha? When you make a bracha, you have to make it with the whole mouth. You know, not with the mouth is busy with food. He doesn't have a choice because if he comes and he spits it out, no one's gonna eat it. So then it's a heter to come to make the bracha also when it has it in the mouth. Bo minei merav chizeh misho ochal v'shoso v'loi beirach. Person ate, he drank, and he made a bracha rishona we spoke about. Mal sheyachzor v'avorech now, before he continued to eat. You know, so Rashi says, you know, what's going to be the din? Mi shochal v'shoso v'loi berach lifneim koya birkas hamoitz birkas hayayin. Mal sheyachzor le'achar achile u'shtiye. So Rashi says, you know, mal sheyachzor le'achar achile u'shtiye. You know, so what is going to come in now and do a bracha levatole? What is he going to come now and do a bracha levatole? Because he didn't eat beforehand. So you can see the Gemara in Ochaname, what's going to be in Ochaname the din, and Ochaname the goin, in Ochaname is goin and Rashi, Mal sheyachzor be'emtza achile u'shtiye. Not in the end, because he ate without the bracha, he should now make a bracha levatole, for sure not. Says the Gemara, Omarlu, mi shochal shum, v'reichoi noidef, yachzor v'reichal shum, achar kedei sheyeh reichoi noidef, that means it's a mashal. Someone already did a sin, and he ate without the bracha. So what, he should come and do a sin in Ochaname, and should eat again without the bracha? For sure that he's going to have to come and to make a bracha. No question about it. Omar v'nei ilkach, because in Ochaname we mechayiv him to come to make a bracha also in the middle of the food. Afilu, also the case of Gomar Soudasoi without the bracha, Yachzor v'avorech, after that the bracha rishona. Whether we come and see it, he proves it from a brayse. The Tanya. So the Gemara we learned over there the brayse, Toval ve'olo. Oimer be'aliyoso, after he gets out of the mikveh, he's going to say of the Boch, Asher Kishov Yitzvah Tzivanu, Al Hatevile, Al Hatevile. And the same thing, like you can make a bracha also after the Gemar mitzvah. The same thing also you can make a bracha after the Gemar Achile. Yeah, again, what comes in Toivels, it makes a bracha, but there, all the mitzvahs you do, Oiver Le'asi Yoson. But in Ochaname, when a ger comes in Toivel, he cannot come and say beforehand, Asher Kiddushon Yitzvah Tzivanu, it's not Chiddush Kanid. And that's why only when he gets out of the mikveh, now he can come and say the bracha Oiver Le'asi Yoson. Veloi also meikore gavroloi chosi. He cannot come and make a bracha. Why? Or because he's a tomei and he can't make a bracha, or because he's a goy and he can't make a bracha. Oche meikore, when he started to eat gavre chosi. Ve'oil ve'itche, because he came and he ate without a bracha. Itche, and he cannot come and do a bracha itself. In Ochaname he cannot come and do a bracha again. And in Ochaname when he finished the Suda. But if in Ochaname he continued to eat, zog the Ma'adani Yom Tov over here on the Rosh B'Shem the Levush, for sure he's going to have to come to make a bracha. Says the Gemara, Tonu Rabbanu, because we spoke in the Mishnah Yain Chai, right, undiluted wine, so the Gemara comes and brings over here the Meile of Yain Chai, that means undiluted wine, what they used to have in the olden days. As we said in Ochaname, today it's a little bit different. Tonu Rabbanu, Asperagos. Asperagos is not what we call today asperagos. In Ochaname, asperagos over here is a certain cup what they drink. As Rashi says, kois shayu shoysim b'chol boiker, every morning they would come and drink it on an empty stomach l'refuah. Aliber reikone l'refuah. That's what Rashi says. They would come and drink it in Ochaname for refuah. So Yofe says the Gemara, this asparagus Yofe lalev is good for the whole body. Lalev v'toiv le'inyayin, it's good for the eyes. V'kol shekain livnei me'ayin. It is good to the intestines. Rogil boy. Someone who drinks it every day. Rogil boy. Maybe Rogil boy means even once in 30 days, as we mentioned Legabe before, and that Rogil boy means also once in 30 days. Rogil boy. Yofel lechol gufoi. Or v'amishtaker imenu. Someone drinks a bit too much. Kosher lechol gufoi. So too much from everything is no good. Even the good things in the Chonam is no good. So,
With measure. But consume with measure.
Yeah, with measure, exactly. Says the Gemara. Minektane. Where do we learn over here? We learned asparagus is yofel aleiv. Michlal. The chamra skinan we talk about over here, asparagus is made from wine. Inochaname. And for the Gemara, vektani vechol shekelim bnei me'ayim, it's good. Ve'otanye, we learned about asparagus that's made of wine. Inochaname. What is talking about over there? Le'la'at. What means le'la'at? Le'la'at means leiv, ein, tchoil. That means le'la'at. Leiv, ein, tchoil. That means for this thing there's going to be yofe. But le'ramat. Ramat is Rosh Tevis of roish, me'ayim, tachtoiniois, kosher. So it's not good for the me'ayim. How can you tell me over here that it's kosher le'leiv and it's also good for the heart? We see over here that me'ayim, it's not good for the me'ayim. Says the Gemara, Kitan Yahi, when he said it's good for the man, when he's talking about Meyushon, the wine is old wine. For old wine, Yinochoname is going to be good. But Yinochoname, what's Yain Meyushon? Yain Meyushon, if it's standing, says Rashi, for 3 years. 3 years, that's a Yain Meyushon. Shall you give us shoning? So if it's 3 years, this is going to be good. And the Gemara brings the Raya from a Mishnah in the Dorim. Someone makes a neder, he's not going to drink wine. Koinom yain shani toyim. Why? Because he gives us all the reason. Shayain kosher livnei me'ayim. So he makes over there a nether. I'm not going to drink wine. Why? Because the wine does for me problems in the intestines. So he's not going to allow to drink wine. Or muloi ve'aloi meyushon yofehu. Meyushon is good for the intestine livnei me'ayim. Veshosak. And he was quiet. So this person is allowed to drink yain meyushon or not? Says the Gemara, osu bechodosh umuto biyoshon. Why? Because he wanted the comment to say that what is not allowed for him, only yain that's bad for the intestines, but the yain meyushon is good for the intestines, and Mimele is not part of the nether. So what do you see over here? That yain meyushon is good for the intestines, and for the Gemara, Shma, we know that yain meyushon is good for the bnei me'ayin, and the same thing, asparagus that's made of yain meyushon is going to be good for the intestines. Tonu Rabbanon. Shishot dvorim nemru asparagus, and again, asparagus is this type of drink. That means only from wine that's undiluted and when it's mole. And in this we learn le halocha, that has to be mole, chai ve'mole. What means chai ve'mole? Chai ve'mole is arba dvorim nemru bekois. That has to be chai ve'mole. And over here there's a very famous Igros Moshe about making kiddush on plastic cup. Can you make kiddush on a plastic cup? You come to kiddush sometimes and there's no becher. Can you make a kiddush in a plastic cup? So Rav Moshe, the bottle, drink from the bottle.
Can you hold the bottle and make kiddush and then pour it out?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did that, okay. I saw people doing 2 cups.
3 cups.
3 cups. And then oh.
It's still plastic. You can have 10 this.
If you use the whole bottle, you can make kiddush on it.
Hold the bottle.
I don't know. So chai ve'sholem, chai sholem is sholem in Ochaname is talking about the kos itself, sholem, and if it's chipped, it's going to be possible. So kal v'choyma, as Dr. Moshe Feinstein, if it's in Ochaname a plastic cup, it's going to be wrong. In Ochaname, passing over there, but there's also in the Chuvas Min Chasitzchok, Ravais, when he comes and he speaks about it. Lamai said it's only a b'di'eved, like we should use a becha, a normal cup, and not plastic disposable cups. Yeah, okay. What we see over here. Says the Gemara.
The softness if it's hard.
If the ones that you reuse,
Yeah, you can do it.
someone dependent on when you buy it, you go to toilet in the mikveh with a scaling or not? That's going to be the answer. I'm saying stakli, go toilet with a scaling. I say it's not kli for them, you shouldn't come to the toilet. Huh? Oh, no, but then the is a kli. Huh?
Aluminium tins.
Aluminium tins.
You reuse it in total.
If you reuse it.
Anyway.
Yeah, plastic. But some say that that's going to be the thing. But plastic anyway don't toivel. Plastic anyway don't toivel. But if you would come and toivel, that means if you reuse it. So then they bring a raya from Mishnah Keli legabi keren hashoyer. Keren hashoyer is not mekabel tumeh because you use it only once. Keren hashoyer, they used to come and the babies used to drink the bottles of the babies. They used to come and put the horn of the. And that's why some say that the Yevoni would come and write Kisvuli al keren hashoyer ein lochem chelik belokei Yisrael. Why dafken keren hashoyer? They wanted the young babies from day one when they drinking over there the milk. They should come and see in front of the eyes Kisvuli al keren hashoyer. What's the special keren hashoyer? Because the keren hashoyer would come and use as a thing. So over there it says in the Mishnah that keren hashoyer you not mekabel tumah. Why? Because you drink it once, twice, and you throw it out. So it's mashma over there that it's not called a kli. It's not called a kli, even though you drink it more than once or twice. So something that's in the chonami you don't use as regular, that's somewhat a bigger raya. Again, by the Evan, I saw some use 2-3 cups. Muhammad has more of a shem of a kli. Maybe it helps them that they're going to use it now 3 times. But they use it 3 times each set. Okay. But over here we learn it out from he learns it out from Chaim Olei, what Toys is being in Dima Maskil Moidim, and Daf Nun with base. Moidim, over there Moshe Feinstein brings a rifle. Okay, says the Gemara. So Mekabloi Biyamin, Mekabel Biyamin, and when he drinks it, when he drinks it, he moves it to the left hand, and he drinks the Smoil. Vein Mesichin Aharov. When you don't speak. Vein Mafsikin Boy, when you're in the middle of the drinking, just what? You drink the whole cup, Bevas Achas. Only then it's going to be a refuah. Only then a refuah. Why? We know there's a deen that the person is not allowed to come in the drink. The person is not allowed to come to drink Bevas Achas a whole cup because it's called a gargaron. So gargaron is only called in Ochanam if he's drinking. But when it's a refuah, because it's a refuah, he's not called a gargaron. Says the Braisa, "Vein machzirin oisoy this kois elo lemisha nostelo to the one that gave it to you, and after you finish the drink, you can come and give it. Vein soichin oisoy, that means elo beminoy, that means you don't drink with it, or food, you don't eat with it food, only the same type of food. That means in the pas, what's a pas? Pas is not minoy, this is wine and this is bread. So you can come and eat it with bread. Says the Gemara, loy kashye. What we said over there that you can come and eat it with bread is talking about be-chamre, it's talking about asparagus of wine. What we came and said only be-mino is talking about be-shichre, that in the it's made over there from shichre. Which type of be? Rashi says be of figs, sheichol te'einim. So then you can eat figs. Ve'im somchoi be-sheichol shel temorim. That means what type of fig you're talking about. If you talk about beer that's made of figs, you're going to come and eat with it only figs. And if it's made of dates, you're going to come and drink with it only dates. Tanichade. We learned before lal'at. As we said, what means lal'at? Leiv, ein, tchoil, yofe. And ramat, roish ma'ain tachtoin yois is kosher. Betani yidoch, leramat yofe, lal'at kosher. The other way around. Says the Gemara loy kashye. What we said, Lela'at Yofen, Ramat Kosher, is talking about Bedechamre, talking about which type of asparagus of wine. What we said, Ramat Yofen, Lela'at Kosher, what it's talking about, Bedeshichem. Tony Chodem, we learned in the Braise, Rok Achrov, if a person spits after he drank it, Loike, that means he's going to become ill, that means it's a choili. But Tanya Yidoch, Loy Rok Achrov, if he didn't spit after that, Loike. So when you become not well, yes to spit after you drinking the asparagus or not to spit after that. Says the Gemara, again, I see expressions TV, again. All of these things we should remember. Yam shel shloime, chulin, perek ches, simen yud beis. Remember, what the Yam shel shloime says, that all of these things, we shouldn't believe it. Fakir, the person that believes in it is wrong. Why? Because then you're going to believe in it, and you come home and you tell your wife, prepare me asparagus, or she's going to tell you, prepare me asparagus, after you tell her what you learned. And you're going to drink, and you see it's not exactly what you learned. Why is it stated? Why it says it. So first of all, we don't know what means asparagus exactly. What's the amount of honey they put? What's the amount of wheat they put? What are the amount of wine? How wine? All of these things. And therefore, when we're going to drink it, we're going to get a person who end up in hospital, Hashem Yerachem, you're going to say, look, I listened to Chazal and this what happened to me. And they might come, and that's why it says the Yam Shlomo first, don't do this. Because we don't understand. Chazal, they knew what they're speaking about. Now, why Chazal wrote it? L'shaitom Probably it was important. And also, all of the Agaditis, we have to know, all of the Agaditis is big soidas. And not always when the Agadita, it says Agadita in the Gemara, is actually what it means. The Maharal always says that Nechoname, for example, just like the example, whenever it says Nesher, talk about the eagle. So the Maharal explains that Nesher is Rome. Right? Rome is, the eagle is Rome. And we will, Bar Duchne, a certain bird that came and dropped an egg and it destroyed 60 cities. All of this in Nechoname, literally, it doesn't mean literally, it means in Nechoname all kinds of soidas. And in Nechoname, we have to learn it and then we're going to understand. The Tzlach, I think, brings a very interesting thing. He says, little boy, there wasn't a ship and the ship drowned and they got saved in the island. No books they had, but they explained there was people teaching him and learning with him, and he became very, very intelligent. Very intelligent, and at the age of 20 came over there, airplane, whatever it is, and they saved him. Now he comes to read, and they tell him this is an Aleph. What he starts first of, who said, maybe this is an Aleph and this is a base. Maybe that's a Gimel, that's a Dalet. Maybe this is a... That's why he says we learned it when we're young. No one has this question why this is an Aleph and why that's a base. Why that's a Gimel, right? Because that is it. I think there's a medrash that once a girl came to Hillel to learn, and he started an Aleph, base, Gimel. Who says that this is a base? Who says that? So he pulled them in his hair. He says, "Ay, oizni." He says, "Wer sagt das da oizen?" Who says it here? Okay, but why? Because what we used to come and to learn, he says the same thing. We're gonna learn, and then when Mashiach will come, we're gonna see everything fits in. Everything fits in, and this is talking about all Agaditis. I think that Tzlach says the Nagdome. Maybe I'm mistaking, maybe a different sefer, but yeah, that's the idea of all. When we come Bechlal to Agaditis and the Gemara, that's the approach we should have. And when we come to more Agaditis, maybe in the Chaloimus, we're gonna, if we have time, maybe we can speak about the idea behind the Agaditis. Okay. So again, don't try it at home. Zog the Gemara, but in Ochaname we read it, it's part of the Gemara, so we're learning it. Tani Chode, Rak Achov Loike, Tani Idoch Loi, Rak Achov Loike. Says the Gemara, in the wide Shures, Loikashye, Hobe de Chamre, what we said in Ochaname that you shouldn't spit on it, it's talking about with wine, and when you said you should spit after that, Hobe de Shachre. Omar Avashi, Ash de Amres, Loirok Achov Loike. That's someone in Ochaname that he doesn't spit, in Ochaname he's going to become ill. So then in Ochaname, you should come and do it. Meim of Nizrokim, Afilu, Mifnei Hambele. That means you spit even in front of a king. Omar Mishmoel ben Elisha. Shloisha Dvochli Sachli, the Malach, what's called Suriel. Sarapnim is the Sarapnim, and that means what means Sarapnim? That he's the Choshev, he comes, Lifnai Melifnim, he goes in front of us, Kodesh Baruch Hu. He had to speak with the Malachim, as we know, Mishmoel Kohen Gadol. Shloisha Dvochli Sachli Suriel Sarapnim. Al Titol Chalukcho, don't take Inochaname, and it's brought down, this actually brought down La Aloche, is the Gilead Ashas of beings down in the side, Mogen Avrom, Simen, Dalit, Sif Cotton, Aleph. Al tito chaluk chomeshachis miyad hashamesh. That means from your servant. Betilbash. Just what? Take it yourself. Take it yourself. Inochaname. Inochaname. Take it yourself. And the Mogen Avrom, and that was the. If you look at the small circle, the Gilead Hashas brings the Mogen Avrom, because the Mogen Avrom brings the Seder Hayoim that the person says he shouldn't come and touch his malbushim till he washes his hands. Exactly, because the tumah. The first thing he should do, wash his hands, and then he should come and touch the malbushim. And over here, Inochaname says that he shouldn't take it from Yad HaShamesh. And why? So Inochaname, he himself should wash the hands, and then he should come and wash. Why? Because maybe the Shamesh didn't wash his hands. That's why Inochaname, he shouldn't come and do it. Okay. Ve'al tito, the second thing. What's the second thing? Ve'al tito yotcho. That means someone in the morning, someone who didn't wash his hands should wash for you. This is a Nochonam Tachbesis means a group of demons. This is a group of Malachi Chabole. של מלאכי חבולה מצפי לו לאודו ואומרים אימוס היובוי אודום לידי איכו מהדבורים הללו ואילוקת just about there to get him just about it כי פה ילכו מנתירכו אלף ורובובו ממנכו the person is surrounded with malachim and some of them are just waiting to harm the person. Says the Gemara Nochoname Omar Rabbi Shimon ben Levi Shloisha Dvorim Sachli Malach HaMoves. He was friendly with Malach HaMoves. What's Dr. Malach HaMoves? As we find in Nochoname Rabbi Shimon ben Levi, he asked what's Malach HaMoves. He wants to go in and he jumped out. The whole mice is Melch Hashem we can see. Yeah. Says the Gemara, Sachli Malach HaMoves. Al titoil chaluk choshachis miyad hashamesh tilbash. Al titchoil yotcho mimi shelo yot al yodov. Al ta'amoi lifnei hanoshim mishor shechoil ismin hames from the levaye. Why? Mipnei she'ani, that means who? The Malach HaMoves, meraked ubo lifnei v'charbi beyodi. Yesh li reshus lechabel. Says the Gemara, what if a person ve'ipoga? Person is walking the street, is it a whole group of vaibel kum and tzrik from the levaye? What should he do? He knows the Malach HaMoves is over here with him. It says the Gemara, linsha, if he should jump. Linsha means he should jump miduchtei arba amos. And then what you should do, ikenare liavre. And if it is over there a river, you should cross the river. Vehi in no river, ikedarka achina lezelbo. You should go in a different way. Vehi there's no different way. Ikekuda there's a wall. Leiku achayre. You should hide behind it. Vehi loy. And if it's not one of these options, lihada rapei. You should come and turn his face from the women, and you should say v'leime vayomer Hashem el hasoten. Soten is also who are Soten all our Chavos, as we know. Igar Hashem Becho. At the Chalfa Minei, till Inochoname, the whole group over there, coming back from the Levaya, they, Omar Abzei, Omar Abavo, Vamalo Mastisim Tane. Asor Advorim Nemu Bekoi Shel Broch. At Inochoname, Koi Shel Broch is any Kois, what we do, Kiddush, and Inochoname, what we do on it, a Birkas, Hamason, any of the, Koi Shel Broch is a Kois, when we make on it a Broch. It doesn't have to mean Inochoname, Birkas Hamason. Rashi, Nochonam over here, if we look at Rashi, Dimu Amasil Kois, Rashi says, Kois Shel Brocha, Birkas Hamazon. That's what Rashi says. Rashi says in Nochoname, Birkas Hamazon. But in Nochoname, in talking about Nochoname, the Rambam, the Maggid Mishnah learns the Furish in the Rambam, in the Ilchoi Shabbos, Perich of Tes Aloch Zayin, it's talking about a Kois Shel Kiddush. Kois Shel Brocha over here, when we talk about it's Kois Shel Kiddush, we can see Nafkemines, Nochoname Ledina de Gemara, some Nochoname Mekayim, this Dina de Gemara. Okay. So, first of all, Ton Hadoche. Hadoche means... Yeah. If we know today the Tavo Livnei Anoshim, I don't know.
Quite serious.
If we know it, it's brought down. It's brought down in the Shulchan Aruch. It's brought down in the Shulchan Aruch, the din. So I don't know if we know all of this to jump. I think we just do the pasuk. I don't know if we jump all of the jump and the go and the thing. There is knowing a person he shouldn't go and stay. Shteit naloch. I don't remember if it says the thing, but I remember there is shteit naloch at this din. A person shouldn't come if he sees a group of women coming back from the Levaya. Move away from there. But I don't remember if it says over there all of these things. You have to jump over the river and all of these things. Yeah, Igar Hashem Becho Hasoten. That's the pasuk. Igar Becho Hashem Hasoten. Haboich Yerushalayim. Yeah, pasuk in Zechariah.
The minhag is the women don't go to the Kavura.
Yes. So yeah, some not everyone's like.
In the union,
Yes, not to go to Kavura. Women don't go to the Kavura.
Well, not allowed.
So maybe that's only when they come back from the Kavura, and that's why. That's the problem. Maybe it's talking about it's more than la'alocha. It's more than la'alocha. I can't remember if it's not la'alocha. Yeah, but he says maybe it's only that's why the minhag is they don't go to the Kavura. Why? Because maybe it's only coming back from the Kavura. Minameis is mashma even that's what he's saying. Minameis is not dafka from Kavura. From the Chevel Kadisha, no, who's works on the Chevel Kadisha? You should know. From the Kavura. Oh, okay. Okay. Says the Gemara. Hadoche. So first of all, 10 things we need about the kos. Hadoche. Hadoche means rinsing the kois. And that's we pass in la halacha. Yeah? Hadoche. Ushtife. Shtife means from the outside and from the inside. Hadoche is from the outside. Shtife is from the inside. And in Ochaname you have to put in it chai. What means in Ochaname chai? In Ochaname the wine has to come in first chai, and then you dilute it inside the meziga happens inside in Ochaname the kos. Some are noik, they come and do it ala oretz hatoiva, they come and put in the water. Today chai is not noik, but still there is Azelecha will have the minhag to come and pour a bit of water ala oretz hatoiva, al pikabole. Yeah, al pikabole, that's the minhag to come and to do. That's chai. Okay. Fourth thing, what we have to do, umole. Mole means in Ochaname it has to be full till the top as the two brings down la halacha. Ve'yeh mole al gdoisel, and that also we pass in today. Inochaname, why? Because Inochaname, it's a part of the thing, and even if it pulls out a little bit, there's no problem. Hefsed Oichlin is more down in the halacha. The Bach brings down the halacha, Rubai Kekuloi. As they bring the halacha, Inochaname, Lekatchila is enough and Roiv. The Chodesh brings it down also the halacha. He agrees on it a bit, but as they bring the Bach, that Rubai Kekuloi also Legabe the Kos. Itur. What's Itur? The Gemara is going to explain later on, a few shittas. Ituf. The Gemara is going to explain later on. The seventh thing is Noitloi B'shtei Yodov. He comes and he picks it up B'shtei Yodov. Ve'noisno B'yamin. And then he makes the bracha. U'magbir min ha'karka tefach. And the 10th thing is Ve'noisen Einov Bo. He has to look at the wine when he comes and he makes the bracha. Ve'yesh ha'imrim. Av meshagroi b'matone. Le'anshei beisoy. Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Onu Eilonu Elarbo. Only out of these 10 things we have only 4. What are they? Hadoche, Shtife, Chai, and Mole. Inochaname. Why? Because Inochaname, Toises over here, but this is a very important Toises because Inochaname we passed the Aloche. That Toises comes and says over here, Dimo Maskil Eilonu Elarbo. Says the Toises Inochaname, Rabbi Yochanan was in mind only Itur and Ituf. Why? Because Rabbi Yochanan himself later on says, Noitlo Mishtei Yodov. Only 4. The Rashba Inochaname says that Inochaname lekatchila Rabbi Yochanan is more than you need all 10 things. But what Rabbi Yochanan says that Onu Eilonu El Arbo, the Arbo, these Arbo are me'akev. These Arbo are me'akev. We need to have all the 10, but only these 4 Inochaname are me'akev the thing. Okay. Says the Gemara. Tan. We learned in the Braise. Hadoche, what is Hadoche? It's mi bifnim. Veshtife, mi bachutz. Omar Rabbi Yochanan, kol ha'mavoch al kol smolei noisim lo yinachlo bli meitzorim. Whether it says shene'emar, u'molei birkas Hashem, yom v'doroim yerosho. So we know that someone is blessing HaKadosh Baruch Hu on kol smolei, right? U'molei, on kol smolei, Inochaname is going to yar shenei Yisrael. What says over there, yom, that Inochaname, what's yom? There's no issue. That means it's without limits. Yom v'doroim yerosho. Also the yom, also the doroim, Inochaname is going to yirish. Rabbi Yisrael Rab Chanina Rimer, says the Gemara, Itur. What is exactly Itur? Rabbi Yehuda Ma'atrei with Talmidim. Inochaname, he would come and surround himself with Talmidim, and then he would come and make. Rav Chizde Me'atalei Benatle. Inochaname would come and put around the kois. He would put small koises. Inochaname, some have the minik till today. They come in to put. Pikabot has to be 6 koises around the main course. Inochaname to have 6 different koises around the course. Inochaname. Omar, empty ones, yeah, and then you fill it up, yeah, empty ones, yeah. Omar Rav Chonon, Inochaname, and then he fills up these kois that Inochaname, we said the Itur, Inochaname, what we said this Itur, what is Me'ater, Inochaname Ubechai. That means also in Yain Chai, why? Because they're not coming to drink as a kois of water, he just comes and shows the shvach of the Yain. That's what Rashi says. Eme Vochin, Inochaname, just to come in the beginning of the shvach. Omar Avsheshes, he fills up the wine, Inochaname, when he's going to come and fill up the wine with water, Birkas, oh, that's why? Because that's the bracha on Inochaname food, on the soiva. Inochaname, that's why you shouldn't come and dilute the wine, only Inochaname after the bracha. Says the Gemara, Ituf. What is Ituf? Vapobe me'atef ve'yosim. That means he would come and put on the talis, and then he would come and bench. Aseh pori sudre al reisha, he would come and put over there a sudre on the head. Why? So Rabbeinu Yerucham brings, and the Masechet brings them down, because you're not allowed to come in the bench, begilui rosh. You shouldn't come and bench begilui rosh. Inochaname, if it means the hat, basically nicht. Aber Inochaname, the Shnamuah brings already, that Inochaname, a Baal Nefesh, Yachmir al Atzmoi, and when he comes in the bench, he should come in Inochaname and put Inochaname a Baal Bush Elyon, he should put a hat, Inochaname. But Inochaname over here, it means Inochaname, the Rabbeinu Yerucham, what's more down in the Beis Yosef, means that Inochaname means begilui rosh. Noitloi bishtei Yodov, he picks it up with both of his hands. Omar B'chilem Apom Micro, whether we see this thing that he has to lift it up with both of his hands. Seu yedeichem. Yedeichem is a plural. Seu yedeichem kodesh, and then ubochos Hashem. And that means Inochaname has to lift it up with both of his hands, and then Inochaname to come and to bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nois noi liyamin, and then he brings it to the yad yamin. Omar Abchia Barabe, Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Rishonim shoalu. The Rishonim came and asked the question. What is the Rishonim? So when we come smoil, when we come as yad smoil, ma'u shetesayah liyamin. So what means shetesayah liyamin? So the Tosis comes and says, when is that? Tosis says we have sometimes very, very long benching. Right? For example, says Tosis, we talk about the koisos gedoylo ismaire, or berosh chodesh tevis chayim b'Shabbos b'Chanukah. You have a Retzei, Ala Nisim, Yala Ve'yovoy. Now you have to hold the kois. It's heavy. No, what's not the rhythm? You know, if you can come and support your hand with the left hand, you know, it's very heavy. No, what do you do? Oh, even Nisui Mitzvah La'ari B'Birkas HaMazon. So you know, even Nisui, someone of you Mechiach, my father wanted Mechiach, that you shouldn't put down the kois and Ali Chasreinu, because the Birkas Nisui, what do you say? And then, the Birkas Nisui, what's the Birkas Nisui? You know, maybe it means Tzorich La'ari B'Birkas HaMazon, when it's a Nisuin, you have to long Passion Nisuin means La'ari, because you have and the brachos. Then you put down the kois already. So it's much rather you carry the kois from beginning till the end, also after. The minig is Ali Chasrein, you put it down. But you see from the Toises that also after that, you should come and hold the kois. Okay, so that's the shaila. That's the shaila. Says the Gemara, Omar Ravashi, Oil Verishoini Miboilu, Velo Yifshitelu. They had the shaila and they didn't have a teretz. Anan, we should do lechumra, and what? And we shouldn't support our left hand, the right hand. We shouldn't support the right hand to come and to carry the shaloi. As Rashi says, shaloi tesayah smoil liyamin b'shas brocha. Okay, the lemaise. I think the Bis Yosef brings the shibola leket. But he says lemaise the Easter is only to come and to hold it biyat small. He says lesayah, it's okay. If it's hard, we can mesayah zayin. As they break the only to come into mamish to hold the biyat small is going to be a problem, but mesayah is going to be okay. Says the Gemara. Umakbioi min akarka tefach. Right, that's what we learned also one of the asorot dvorim. Omar Avachem Rab Chanina Maikro. Where do we learn that from the pasuk? So the kois Yeshuois eso, a cup of salvation I will raise. So what's the mashmoes? I magbia the kois, and then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna come and be magbia it from the thing and the tool, right? That if is sitting al gabi karka, so magbia tefach min karka. But if he's sitting al gabi shulchan, he has to be magbia min shulchan. So a person if he's sitting in there, he should do like this. It's gonna be easier, maybe this way. Oh no, so he has to do it. Me'al gabi hashulchan. If he's eating al gabi karka, it's enough al gabi karka. If he's eating al hashulchan, so there's a tool. He's gonna have to come and magbia. Mean hashulchan is gonna have to be magbia. Why? Oh, so in Ochoname, what if a person is sitting on, as we said, on the table, and now he says, okay, I'm not going to do it al gabi karka, but because it's hard for me to lift up my hand, I'm going to do it like this. And now it's a tefach from a karka. So the Drisha says it's not okay. He doesn't speak about particular. He says, because the Drisha says, what's the reason we need al gabi karka? He says, tzorich sheyiroel lechol hamesubin. Because it needs to be shown to all the mesubin. So in Ochoname, if all the mesubin have to see it, so in Ochoname you have to raise it, in Ochoname that everyone could come and see. Yeah. Says the Gemara. Why Nochaname he comes and he looks at it when it thing? He shouldn't be Masiach Das from the Brachot, or he should be Masiach Das from the Kois. Or from the Rosh says from the Brachot, the Meiri says he shouldn't be Masiach Das from the Kois when he's coming and drinking. And then he sends his wife the shirai b'matone. Why? The bisui. That his wife, the home, should also come and get blessed by this. Says the Gemara. Ule ikla lebei Rav Nachman. A famous ma'aser. Ule came to the house of Rav Nachman. Korich rifte. They ate bread and porich birkas mesoina. They came in the branch birkas hamazon. No, the bench birkas hamazon. They made shalakois. Yoav leikosa the barget and Rav Nachman. No, so after he came and he drank, he gave the koshel bracha to drink to Rav Nachman. Omar li Rav Nachman li shadar ma kosa the birkas leyalte. Come please and send the koshel bracha to my wife. My wife Yalte. Send it to her. Inochaname. Over here the Mogen Avrom is Mechiach. That Inochaname Mogen Avrom is Simen Kuf Pei Gimel. So you've got Neches. That also when his wife is not eating with him, even she's not eating with him, you still have to come and send her the kosher bocha. Because Yalte was not eating with them, right? It says Korich Rifte Ba'adadone, that's it. And they didn't, she didn't join in the Suda. And Afilu Oche, he comes and he tells Rav Nachman, send my wife Yalte, send over there a little bit of wine. So the Mogen Avrom brings over the raya that even when a person, his wife was not joining together with the Suda, he should still come and eat with it. And Lemaise, Samachoinim Lochanat the Mishnah Berurah brings that only if she's eating with him, he doesn't have to come to save it for later on. Okay. Says the boy. Oh, so she's not eating with him. Oh, very good. Raya. He says, "Aye solo ishtecha." Why they were asking for a solo ishtecha? Shaga kois bocha. She was not eating with them. She was not eating with them. Shein raya, yeah. Omar lei. So Yinochaname. Okay, let's remember. Omar lei. So he tells them because you drank from the kois. So your wife doesn't have to drink the bracha Yinochaname because Yinochaname you drank the kosher bracha. It's a bracha in the house. If you drank Yinochaname, you don't have to come to say. Mishago lo yishabei, so you don't have to come. Says the Gemara, Ocho Omar Rabbi Yochanan, wine, Ein pribitno shelish o misborech, elo pribitno shelish. And once you drank Yinochaname the kosher bracha, you had the bracha. Mimela she has. Shenemar ubeirach pribitnecho. It says the pribitno. What's pribitnecho? Pribitno lo yinemar. Elo pribitnecho. Yinochaname just what? The kids called pribitnoi of the husband. So Yinochaname is muchach that what? That the bracha of the woman comes Yinochaname b'schus the husband. Kultoi that when you drinking the kosher bracha, your wife doesn't have to anymore drink the kosher bracha Yinochaname. Says the Gemara. I think the Sheila Shaiv speaks the Raif over here that you don't have to send the kosher bracha for skeno. Why? Because in the maybe that's ayis or ishtach kosher bracha in the count of being pre-betten. In the Sheila Shaiv says that skeno is help nicht kinder, they can't have kinder. So there's no need to send the kosher bracha lefi the Gemara over here. Says the Gemara. Let's see the Emshech HaMaisa. Tanya Nam Yocher Rav Nosson Oimer minayin she'ei pri-bitnoi shel isha misbor chaloi pri-bitnoi from the husband. Shalish Nemar ubeirach pribitnecho. Pribitno loy nemar elo pribitnecho. Says the Gemara. Adoche Shomo Yalte. She heard that word that they don't want to send the kosher bracha. The shagel kosher bracha. Komo bezihare. She got up with a kas, with anger, and also the mechama. She went into the oyster with the wine over there, and she started to smash the wines with tavre arba meod dane 400 barrels of wine. The guy in the joke. Omar le Rav Nachman tells Ule, do me a favor. The Shandor Omar, come and send over there kosa achrite. Yinochaname, they send up some different kois. Lechoire Yinochaname, that what? That she should think kosa achrite. Why? To be mefayesam. Sholach lo kol ha'ay navga the bircha sehi, that this old wine Yinochaname that's in the barrels, what you came and you broke over there, you can come and drink from it. Yinochaname, you can come and drink. Shol cholei mimahadure mile umismartute kalme. That means Yinochaname, the people that go roichlim, that they go Yinochaname peddlers, I think they called, yeah, that they are walking around and they speaking about. They are like Yinochaname, like the shmates, like smartuti shmates, that they come and they increasing lots of lice. That means Yinochaname. You're speaking shtusim. That means what? This wine is not the kosher bracha. Ich will from the kosher bracha. This is not the kosher bracha. I davke one from the kosher bracha. Omar Abasi, ein mesichin al kosher bracha. That means the mesubi Yinochaname could not come and speak from when the mezamen takes the kosher in his hand till he finishes to come and to do the kosher bracha. Why? Yinochaname, because Yinochaname is yoyze from it. There's Tosis brings over here also down le'alocha. Says the Gemara, Omar Avasi ein mavoch al koshel puronus. What's a koshel puronus? Says the Gemara, my koshel puronus. Omar Avnachem bar Yitzchok, Yinochaname, he shouldn't take a koshel boche. Koisheni, that means when he comes and he finishes the sude, he shouldn't come and do zugas. Why? Because zugas Yinochaname is a, as we learned in the Gemara now, Psochim, zugas Yinochaname is a problem with Yinochaname because it can come and bring the it can come and be nizak by the demons. Tanya nami oche ashoyse kiflaim. If someone drinks zugas, lo yevo, he shouldn't come and do birkas hamazon on the Yinochaname on the kois that's the zugi. That means that's the 2, 4, 6. Yinochaname, you shouldn't come and do it. Mishum shenemar hikoi likras elokecho Yisrael ve'aloi mitkan. Why? Because he's coming and making a bracha on Puranus. What means hikoin? Hikoin, be likras elokecho Yisrael. Come and prepare yourself. That means something metukon. Something metukon means something nice, not something that brings a klola that could come and bring hezek, mazikim, and these things. Omar avavo v'amalo masisim tane oichel u'mehalech mevorech meumed. Even that someone was eating and he was walking, when he benches, Yinochaname, he has to stop and to bench. Why? Because he has to bench with a kavone. Yinochaname not walking around without a kavone. Uksho oichel meumed mevorech meyushav. Why? Because when he's sitting, it's a bit of more of a kavone. When Yinochaname, he came and he ate when he was leaning, so then Yoishem Avorech. Why? Because when a person sits, Yinochaname, it's be'emo, be'iro, Yinochaname not be'derech haseva. Derech haseva is a derech gaiva, as the tool brings down. Ve'ilchas be'kulu, and all of these things that Yinochaname, if he's eating, when he's walking, or he's sitting, or he's standing, Yoishem Mevorach to Machmir Birkas Hamazon more than the rest of the brachas. Why? Because this is the chiyuv is min hatoyre. And Tosis in Chonam says ve'ilchas bekulu Yoishem Mevorach. Why? If he Birkas Hamazon doiraisa echmiru bo liois Yoishem Mevorach. Shari asor dvorim ne'emru bo. Masechet v'shar brachas. V'u noitrikoin. What's noitrikoin? It says over here Tosis a very interesting noitrikoin. Ve'ochalto ve'sovoto and uveirachto. What's v'sovoto? Says Tosis, let's come and take the word v'sovoto and divide it into two words. Shov eis. That means be'eis habrache. When in Ochaname you are coming and doing the brache, then shave. Then you should sit down. Mipire Moshe Albert. That's what Tosis brings over here. Interessante avot. Avot from Tosis. Ochalto v'sovoto uveirachto. How you do the brache? Shov eis berachto. Ve'ochalto v'shov v'shave eis berachto. When you doing the bracha, then you should come and sit down. Hadron aloch shloisho she'ochlu.